This is our endgame. It is bishop and 6 pawns versus rook and 4. Basically, that's the balance, right? So we have the 2 rooks. I mean, it's basically bishop and 2 pawns versus the rook. The only asset that white has is this h-pawn. If that pawn was a g-pawn, if this was here, I would even argue maybe black is playing for advantage. Why? Well, rooks are very powerful in the endgame, but not if they don't have a clear target. And like, if the bishop were on a light square, protected by other pawns on light squares, defending light square pawns, white's never breaking into black's position, ever. The king is going to come forward slowly. These pawns are just weak. They're not coordinated. But because white has this, it's very tricky. So we have rook g8, king f3. And now Larino should have probably kept the bishop here and kept the pawns like spikes. Instead, he gives white too much access to the dark squares. And again, it's kind of a scramble. I mean, time is low. You got to be sharp. King f4. Now the king goes forward. Rook f2. But I have h4. And it's going to come down to who is smarter with their pawns. Is it going to be Larino or is it going to be Faustino? And Faustino doesn't have to think much. He literally only has one plan of action. f4 here. And now black has to play bishop c2. Not only attacking the rook, but also pawn to e3. That's very important. Okay? That's very important because the bishop needs to protect this diagonal. All right? And he doesn't do that. He goes here. And he has to do it again, but he goes here. He thinks his pawns are going to win the race. He needed to go bishop c2 and pawn to e3 to counteract this. And very quickly, Faustino defends perfectly. I said, in scrambles, he's a monster. You see what he did to Pepe Cuenca? Also with 2 minutes on the clock, which is 2 minutes on the clock, 1 minute on the clock in this endgame. He defends against the pawns perfectly. And what ends up happening is this. And he's winning. He's winning because the pawn survived. Black's pawns are gone. Rook e2, a3, king g5, king h4, h6. That's the end of the game. Rook h3, game's over. Faustino Oro back-to-back wins versus the local Spanish Grandmasters. 3 out of 3. And he won 3 more games. And I'm going to show them to you. These games were a bit shaky. He might have been under some pressure in some of